Hey there, everybody! There we go. Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back. It's time for another live stream, and today I want to take you back to the 1970s, the most dangerous era of motorsports racing around. Today we're actually going to run a fictional. We're running through the 1970s in a simple management game called Golden Lap. That's right. Things are starting regulations, but safety was at the rear window, as you might see today. Alright, let me just go ahead and start the game up. Like the description or notification said, I did get this game at a $5 discount. So I had to go for it, and I saw a lot of gameplay of it recently and figured I had to go for it. First, we're going to go ahead and get it started. Should pop up. Yep, there we go. I set it so that it only runs on the foreground, so let me just bring that down so you guys can see it. Oh, actually. And as you see from the title screen, or from that intro screen, we have played a game from this developer before. Let me just use this, turn it down just a little bit more. If you're familiar with my YouTube channel, I took a look at one of the publisher's games previously, Sun Selected. We looked at Art of Rally a few months ago. These are from the same publishers. No, I'm still going to use this model, DJ. So yeah, here we are. Welcome to Golden Lap. We're in the 1970s. Welcome to Golden Lap. Throughout your journey to become one of the most successful team managers the motorsport scene has ever seen. These messages will help you understand the various mechanics and elements that you will interact with, along with some useful tips to help you succeed in your career. Best of luck! So there are no custom teams, though, unlike in a F1 Manager or Motorsport Manager. You're just running 12 of the game's copyright-free teams, as you see here. Although you can kind of tell their influences. And I am glad I got this game, because this game just got an update a few weeks ago. There's Enzolini, which is clearly Ferrari. There's LeBron, which is McLaren. There's Chapman, which is, I forgot what they were for. I think it was Lotus back in the day. There's Wayland, which is Wayani. I forget some of the other ones, though. There's Hemlock. April, which is March. Vernier. Bancroft. Pope. And Knight. Alright. I want to go with Knight since it's the American team, and they are the weakest team in the game. Which will be the last team to pick drivers, crew chiefs, and engineers, so to speak. But let's go ahead and assemble our team. This is the preseason screen. Actually, I set it to always run in the foreground, so it's going to be like a little bit of delays there. There we go. Let me just lower myself a little bit. There we go. Right here will be good for now. Oh, let me know how the audio is, guys. Is it too loud or too quiet? Now, this is the preseason screen. You'll be able to choose your drivers, engineers, and crew chiefs, as well as your car design. Your car design dictates the starting values. You're able to choose between 3 different base designs. Conservative, which is more consistent. They have lower stats, but their range is narrow, which means you're more certain of what they're going to be. Experimental, they're costly and more risky. You might get better stats, but your car isn't reliable. Or there's balance, which is just a medium ground. It depends on our crew chief or engineer that we pick. So let's go ahead and pick our first driver. This is the team member selection screen. You will find a list of available team members for the selected role. You may notice some symbols next to their names. Those are traits. All crew members, both for your team and other teams, can receive traits throughout their career. They can either have a duration or they're permanent. They can have a positive or negative effect based on the trait. All team members start with at least one trait. Hover over to find out what they are. Alright, so we can't really go with the too expensive options here. But for our first driver, I think we can go with a decent option. We can go with this guy, Audi von Heim from Slovakia. They know their limits and applies them effectively. They're less likely to crash. Yeah, we got our first driver. So now let's back out and choose our second driver. We can choose this guy as well, Carlos Rodriguez. He's surprisingly affordable. They cost 5 resources cheaper than normal. And they have a better focus, but it comes at the cost of increasing speed. They're actually slower. So for a good $10, we got our drivers. Now we can pick our engineers. I say we go with Callum McIntyre here. They're great with chassis, and they always gain 20 performance points. So we'll go with him for the engineer. Now we got $4 to spend on the crew chief. Actually, if we do go for with the conservative value, which I don't mind, we can get a little bit more of an expensive option for our crew chief. You can go with this guy, David Hughes. He loves to party before a big day. They're more likely to get the party too hard, which would cost them one of everything, the speed and the skill. He's also a risk taker. The pit stops base times are lowered by 20, but they're more likely to fail. Actually, no, let's not go with him. Hold on, did I? No, I didn't confirm it. Alright, yeah, we still only have $6. Well, this game's pretty easy on the resources, DJ. This is a pretty simple game. Now let's go with a... Yeah, he's a bit too expensive. Yeah, let's go with this guy, Gabriel Ocasco. Mostly because David King... Oh, wait, no, let's go with David King here. He's $1 more, but... Oh, I keep... They take their time to ensure proper handling. Pit stops are increased by 20%, but they're less likely to fail. So I'll take those odds. Oh, yeah, we didn't have enough money. Alright, so we have our team. Unless, actually, yeah, we can now go with the... Yeah, see? Actually, let's just go with the balance now. We can actually work with those. Better parts, and they're only like a little bit less chance of losing performance. And we'll have $1 to spare. Sponsors are a way of earning extra money from races. The race income is the amount of money that he will receive regardless of result, but try to create the requirement that the sponsor has to get a hefty bonus. Alright, let's go with metal tubing here. They'll give us $3 a race. Every time our car finishes in just outside the points, we'll get an extra $1. And if we finish in 6th place, they'll give us $5. Alright, let's build our car. Here's our stats. Not bad. Not bad at all, as we get to start at Brazil. Everything looks pretty good. I like how this car is going to look. Let me just make sure real quick that the game isn't... Oh, now it's a bit too quiet. There we go. Alright, so we got what we need. Alright, we can also upgrade our car, of course. This menu allows you to upgrade the parts currently installed in the car. Upgrading a part increases performance and restores some of its reliability. This menu shows all the car parts. On the right here, this includes both parts installed in your cars and parts stored in the garage. These icons will allow you to determine which car gets what. Either the first or the second car. But we only have $1, so we can't really do anything right now. Alright guys, here's our calendar. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many races do we got this? Oh, wrong way. 6, 7, yeah, 10 races. We haven't had a race in Canada. Alright, so let's go with... Hey Kay, how you doing? Got a full DVD sets of season reviews for decade. Oh yeah, exactly. Alright, so let's see what differences. This is high elevation. The thin air at high elevation causes the engines to not get as much oxygen, but that means there's less wind resistance, so our chassis is actually going to be better, but at the cost of our engine going down. There's bumpy. It makes the cars harder to control, which means there's a 20% chance of crashing. This is an anti-clockwise trike, so instead of like saying, I don't know if my mouse is going through and not. Oop, wrong button. I wouldn't know if my mouse is going through. Can you guys see my mouse? Okay, yeah. So instead of going this way, instead of going like this way, so to speak, we're going the opposite way. We're going to start going this way instead of how it would usually go. We go this way. And one more thing. This track is in a wet region, so there's a stronger chance that this race will be in the rain. So it means those that had the rain benefit are going to have a better chance. Like I said, we only got a buck. We can't do anything. So, nothing to do but to get started on our first race in the 70s. Welcome to Brazil. In this game, I believe there's only qualifying and races, so that's all we have to worry about. This is a qualifying session. Its purpose is to determine the order the cars will line up. Here you'll be able to tune your car. Start planning your strategy. Remember to tune and then send out your drivers from the pit lane using the designated buttons. Alright, we got Mario Acosta right here. He partied too hard and is hungover, so he's going to lose a bit of attribute points. Alright, let me take the time now to just... I can move over a bit now that we're a little bit more in focus. There we go. Anybody else? Nope, that's it. Alright, qualifying's underway. Oh, dang. As soon as I thought I could, never mind. So let's just stick it over here. There we go. That's fine. Actually, let me go ahead and turn on the light in my room real quick. So that I can be... so you can see you guys better. Hopefully I have better tracking. Alright, so this is your tuning budget, which can be spent to increase the tuning meter of one of your car parts. There we go. Oop, dang it. Here's the tires. Here's the tuning. But first we gotta set our first lap so that we can see where we are compared to everybody. Oh wait, I just realized still a bit of wet track. Alright. Sorry, Rodriguez. Just gonna send them out so we can get our first starter time. There we go. Put ourselves over. Let me just bring my chat back up. There we go. There we go. There's Rodriguez in the intermediates. We got Vonheim on the softs. There we go. We can zoom in a bit on them, of course, on any driver in the track, or just click anywhere else so that we can keep an eye on them. There we go. So yeah, I am curious. Like I said, I got this game on sale. It's a little over $10 US for the next couple of weeks, so I had to take advantage. So it looks like, of course, we got to keep an eye on the Ferrari guys. Moretti and Mach here. Okay, so I guess it was better to be on the soft tires. But now we can at least adjust our cars once we bring them in. There we go. I do like that if you highlight a corner, you can see what corner it is. Well, we're in our pit lap. We're in our in lap, Vaughn. Don't worry about it. Okay, so I guess soft would have been the better option. But unlike in F1 Manager or Motorsport Manager, we don't have to worry about tire limits. Let's go ahead and tune our cars. Alright, so yeah, we have to make sure we don't over-tune the car. Because you can't fail like in Motorsport Manager. There we go. And you're got yourself a random modifier to all these parts. There you go. Get some new softs. Well, at least we got a chance. Yeah, I think I remember reading something about that. There we go. So our goal, of course, is to try to get it to this yellow market here. That's the best setup we can do. The golden setup, they call it. So we gotta make sure we don't go over the number limits here. Let's go ahead, change our car. Moisture's, the water on the track's going down, so we can just send them out. There goes Von Heim. Let's wait a little bit. Alright, go Rodriguez. Let's see if we can get him a faster lap time. So let's go ahead and speed it up. We can speed it up to ×8, of course. Here we go. Von Heim's got good focus, but Rodriguez can't focus. Oh, you can't see, you can see us like this stuff right here. And the McLaren guys are pretty fast. But I want to call them the Lotus guys are fast too. Alright. We went from, yeah, but for the point of this game, they are going to use full tire wear. Alright, well, Rodriguez went from 20th to 14th. Not bad. Well, yeah, he's going to lower it down now. Now that the Ferrari guys have got good times. And this game doesn't use the classic point system. This game does use modern points, where 25 points for first place, 18 for second, 15 for third, and then downward. Alright, let's tune them up. There we go. There we go. Nice. Nice, there we go. Alright, put on some more soft tires. We were a little bit better, so we gained 3 whole seconds, but we're still 7 seconds off the pace of Ferrari, which I'm still going to call them for consistency's sake. Alright, moving on the softs. Luckily we got a guy here with a good point rating that we can use. Alright, so let's just... They went in... Time it up a little bit better. There we go. Alright, let's go. Skip 8 ahead to the, at least the normal lap. There we go. So yeah, I'm just going to ×8 when we get past the, when we're just doing the warm-up laps. Alright, faster for Von Heim, of course. Rodriguez is faster with the green time. I do like that there is an accelerated time, even just going at 1 ×1, it's still faster. Alright, here comes Von Heim, he bumped up to 12th. Rodriguez bumps up to 15th. Alright, good job. There we go. It'll probably just easier if I use ×2 here, while they get into their pit stalls. Alright, full sun's about to be out. Oh yeah, it automatically tunes to 1 when they're in the pit lane anyway. Oh yeah, see, look at the improvement here. Fix the engine. Tune the steering. No, is it... No, this game is throughout... I believe this game is throughout the entire 70s, I think, from what I heard. All right, there we go. I'll check to make sure. There we go. Let me check my phone real quick to see it. Because I believe he can go through a whole decade. The entire decade of the 70s. Yeah, it's a 10-season game. We're going all throughout the 70s. Alright, let's go ahead and send these guys out. But yeah, this is the entire 70s, as now the sun starts to shine here in Brazil. Vonheim's slow, but Rodriguez is actually a lot faster. But yeah, we should probably time those pit stops better. Vonheim didn't improve, but Rodriguez did. Oh, I didn't know I could do that. I could rotate around scroll out the track, I guess. So I gotta give these guys more time. Alright. Bring him in. Alright, let's see. Ah, didn't get any on that last one there. Go, bring out the softs. There we go. Alright, give it some time. Yeah, go, 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 go. Wait a bit, and go. We still got caught behind a couple of drivers. So this is kind of still going to be a slower time. Yeah, we only moved up a little bit. Alright, here comes 17. I think we got time for one more setup. There we go, good steering. Couldn't quite get it to gold this time. Alright, let's tune up Rodriguez here. There we go. Tune him up. Wait a little bit. Alright, go. Alright, let's wait a little bit. Wait for these cars to come in. Alright, go. I think Oh, 18's on his in lap anyway, so we didn't really bother his lap time. Like I said, we only had enough time for one more pit stop. Here comes the 19. Vonheim can't focus. Alright, here we go. Von Heim's on his lap, so yeah, I was right. This was our last. This was going to be our last run. Man, Moretti just ran a strong lap. He just confirmed he won the qualifying session. So yeah, the point here is just like to give him enough space. Qualifying is over. Time to finish that lap. Von Heim moved up to 14th. Nice. Where's Rodriguez going to end up? It's 13th. Alright, now we got to wait for the others to finish their qualifying session. Any upgrade from the others? Yep. So for this race, we're just going to have to hope that we get lucky with some rain and safety cars, or the game acts in like a virtual safety car sort of thing. There are red flags, but there are no safety cars. They're just what we know today as virtual safety cars. So we're only on the yellow for a limited time. If it's a red flag, that means it's a serious crash. Although sometimes retirements can happen and nobody is injured. So yeah, see, it's a 2.5 minute lapse. This is going to be pretty close. We could get lucky and get close to the points. Alright, we only got a 33 lap race. Luckily, there is no chance of rain. We just got to be careful so we don't wreck ourselves. Alright. So yeah, we do have to worry about multiple pit stops. Let's go. Rodriguez starts on the hard tires, and we might swap him to the mediums or softs. Alright, we'll just leave team orders as let them fight it out. Leave it on medium. Alright, this is your standing screen. Leaderboard consisting of the drivers currently racing in order position. You'll find useful information as we move over here. See? You can barely see it. There's the drivers panel to displays the current car's status, including predictions on tire wears, remaining fuel, rubber on track, and water on track. Higher rubber on track means the cars are able to maintain a higher speed, while higher water on track requires specific tires to avoid crashes. We change our strategies with these ones here. Strategy affects your speed, but also your tire wear. Your engine mode affects your acceleration, but changes fuel consumption. Keep an eye on that fuel meter, as refueling is not an option in this game. And we saw the time controls. Press the pit button will cause the driver to enter pit lane as soon as they can. From there, you can choose to change your tire, repair car parts, or if we're qualifying. Alright, Hemlock is invigorated. Team Hemlock. I forget which one is Team Hemlock. So that's one of the engineers. So that means Hemlock is going to be better this race. But here we go. Time to start the 1970 Formula 1 season. 5 red lights. Lights out and away we go. There we go. Rodriguez moves up to 14th. Meanwhile, Von Heim on the softs is stuck. Alright, well, you're going to have to push it a little bit. Be careful. Actually, I think we can afford to burn our fuel a little bit more, so let's push both of these guys, although we're going to have to be careful because there's a stress meter here. The higher the stress from all this rough driving, and the better chance they're going to crash. Alright, bump it down to medium. There we go. Alright, so it looks like we'll be finishing it around with 3 laps of extra fuel. So we'll have to keep that in mind. Alright, Von Heim is... You know, see, everybody's like, they're always on changing it whenever they can. Alright, let's go with higher engine modes for these two for a little bit. Rodriguez doing not so bad here in 13th. We got Von Heim in 18th. I think we can use them to catch up a little bit. Von Heim can't get past Rosenqvist here. Von Heim lost a bit of focus. He did finally get past Rosenqvist here. Alright, let's tone down their engine modes. How much fuel will they have left now? They still got three laps of fuel. We still have 3 laps of fuel left. Oh, one of the cars got a puncture. Ryan is going into the pits. He has to change his tires. Alright, gonna be a good lap for Rodriguez here. There's this little symbol, which means he has the fastest lap time, and this game does have a point bonus for getting the fastest lap in a race. Let's try bumping the tire wear a little bit for number 6 for Von Heim here. See if he can get past into 15th as some of the clouds go away. Ronnie's having trouble getting past. Oh, I think he made a mistake. Let's tune him down, of course. Makes sense to me. Let this play out for a little bit because I made a mistake. Oh, first I need to, because I forgot to charge my headset, so that means it's about to die, which means I need to plug this in ASAP. Luckily we got a little bit of time before pit stops. Go. There we go. Alright, just do what I did back a few months ago. There we go, putting that down. Oop. There we go. Okay, yes, that means I gotta move myself over here. There we go. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Alright, it's almost time for Von Heim to make his pit stop. Oh, I didn't realize I was technically still on the... So it seems like hard was not the good choice here. But Rodriguez is actually doing a great job holding his own. What's this? Oh, that's the team order thing. Alright, Francesca is coming into the pits. We can make this last one more lap for Von Heim before we bring him in. Well, pit stops have allowed Rodriguez to get into the top 10. Here's the pit menu. This menu allows you to select from its tire types. Oop, there we go. Soft tires give you most speed. Medium tires offer a balance of speed and durability. Hard tires sacrifice speed for durability. Each part has a set reliability. When it reaches low enough, it can result in parts breaking and possibly crashing. You must repair it during a pit or upgrade it in the garage. Garage outplays max, but they cost money. These buttons will allow you to adjust your strategy once you leave the pits. Alright. We will set them to the medium tires. Or with 24 laps to go. How long does a high... Oh, it could last 27. Alright, chassis is good. We don't have to worry about that. Alright, we'll let Von Heim pit this time. Oh, Fisher had a bad pit stop behind us in dead last. Alright, how you guys doing today, by the way? Thanks for stopping by tonight. I know this is going to be a boring stream with nothing but dots going around in circles. But hey, at least it could be slightly better than just watching me going around in circles. Alright, how many tires is this? Alright, Rodriguez can go another 10 laps. By the time he finishes, there'll be around 13 laps to go. Medium, 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 good. Alright, slightly faster than expected. 25.3 seconds. And at least we're not in last. Alright. Yeah, there's Lavera here. He's running on fresher tires, and the clouds have come back, which will help tire temps go down, which means we can afford to push it a little bit, but there's nothing we can do for Von Heim. All we can do is just have him go around the track. Wilson-Fisk goes in. Wilson-Fisk actually had a slow pit stop, so that's good. Yeah, there goes the guy with... Oh, they're going with like a tougher race style. Let's go ahead and push it a little bit then on both regards. How many laps of fuel are we going to have left? 3? Alright, we can push it a little bit further. But like we said before, we got to be careful we don't push the car too far. Otherwise, this guy will get into a wreck. But unfortunately, there's nothing we can do for Von Heim. Luckily, Karina here has a slow pit stop as well. Oh, I keep forgetting I had to highlight it up here. Yeah, there we go. Alright, Maldonado's coming in for... Just got out of his pit stop. Kukinen's coming in for his pit stop. Alright, bad lap for him. Let's go ahead and lower back down the fuel burn. How much lap? Go, keep bringing him around. Alright, yeah, let's lower it. Von Heim also losing focus. Woods coming in for his pit stop. There you go, let's just keep pushing the fuel a little bit, at least until we'll make it on time on fuel. Alright, 8 came out. We're going past the 12 at least. Ooh, close one. Surprised we haven't had a caution or retirement yet. These guys are running well this time. Alright, let's try bumping back to medium. How much lap do we have there? Oh, 2.6, so we can still go a little bit harder on the fuel. I think I didn't... Oh no, Rodriguez crashed! Oh no, he's done for the day! Unlucky, he was gonna have a good day, and then he crashes. Alright, well, we're just gonna have to get past Von Heim here. So, in the end, we got unlucky with, we were the ones that got unlucky with, we're the ones that got unlucky with the cautions. I thought he had good focus. Crash chance was low. I guess that's just the downside of this. Okay, yeah, it just automatically sets itself up to medium. Alright, well. Let's go burn some fuel a little bit then. You know what? Yeah, there's nothing we could do. Von Heim is just not into it. Oh, well, it does look like there's going to be a little bit of rain. But it does not look like it's going to be enough to affect the race. There's nothing we can do unless there's a red flag. So let's just skip past this race. Von Heim was our best chance, but he failed. he wrecked. Well, it looks like, yeah, rain is coming. Oh, well, at least we've been bumping up a little bit. Alright, rain is starting to fall, but I don't think we're going to have to worry about it. 5 laps to go. May as well just... Nothing we can do now. Let's just go in for some soft tires. I don't think the rain is going to be that heavy enough for us to need the intermediates for the end. Oh no, they are going with intermediates. Dang it. Well, at least this time, yeah, there we go. We finish 17th, and Rodriguez crashes out, and we're the only ones not to finish the race. Paul Woods wins. Levi Mock finished second, and Maldonado finished third. Well, at least we got the $3 for race income. Alright, we got a sponsored challenge now, so let's look and see what they got. We'll go with stop. Repair all the car parts in a single pit stop. If we do that within the next 2 races, we get an extra $2. Alright, so with $4, we can build ourselves a new engine. But it's not as good reliability-wise, so let's just go ahead and upgrade Artie's chassis. That way we get back to normal reliability. All right, next stop is Spain, and just like Brazil, we're gonna be going from this way, from going down this straightaway instead of going up this straightaway. Alright, all we just need to do is just repair all the parts in a pit stop, which is something we can do. And we'll save it for the guy that's really in the back. So yeah, we're going anti-clockwise, and this is a sunny track. Alright, Karina Hostler party too hard. She's got a Karina's got a -1. Maldonado also is hungover. Joel is hungover. 3 drivers hungover today. Alright, bring on the soft tires. Let's go. Bring on the soft tires. Just let them go out for a little bit. There we go. Them. Alright, let's go. Alright, I think we're in good shape here. Alright, let's go ahead and fast forward a little bit. Rodriguez is in the zone, that's good. Alright, there they go. And down we go. Yeah, towards the bottom. Alright, let's get ready for some tuning. Oh yeah, see, we're about 120 behind. There we go, good chassis. On the soft tires. Alright, Rodriguez is in. We'll get him his tires. Engine, tire, steering, and chassis. Alright. Let's go. Alright. Go. Go. Alright, their times are done. I'm just going to skip ahead through as much of qualifying as I can. Wait, what's this button? Oh, that's just the pause menu. Okay. Bring him in. Here comes Von Heim. Much better lap time, at least. Let's go with engine. Nice. Steering. Nice. More engine, and then fix the steering. Good. Alright, bring in Von Heim, tune him up. Alright, Rodriguez. That's fair, DJ, it's understandable. Nice, alright. Tune up Rodriguez. There we go. Bring out Von Heim. Let these guys... There we go. track's going to be nice and sunny all day, so we don't have to worry too much about tire grip. The track will have a better rubber, which means it will have more grip as the race goes along. We're not going to go through the entire season in a stream, by the way. Alright, Von Heim's got a good lap. Yeah, like I said, I got this game at... Oh, dang it. Campbell has wrecked. He's done for one of his parts expired. He's done. So that means we have no choice but to bring the car back in. This lap will not count, so we gotta run another one. Which can happen, as you've seen. So we're gonna wait until the yellow flags are lifted before we send anybody out. Go. Nice. There we go. There we go. Alright. Then we got time to tune up Rodriguez here. Nice. There we go. Better steering. Upright. Gotta get the tires. So like I said, we're just going to wait for the yellow flag to be lifted. Then we'll let Von Heim loose. I'm surprised they all went out now. We'll let everybody go out first. Alright, go Von. And go Rodriguez. Oop. There we go. Alright, ninth for Rodriguez. Nice. Von Heim only got a little bit better in the third section. Alright, tune these up. Nice, not bad. And then, there we go. Nice. Von Heim's tuning up. Nah. That is the downside of running these high-risk stats here. Sometimes it won't work out the best. You can run the high sets, but you have to be careful because otherwise you lose the settings there. Alright, we'll let everybody else go so that we're not in anybody's way. Go Von Heim. Let those guys go. Go Rodriguez. Here we go. Von Heim's in the zone. 12th and 15th. Rodriguez slowed down a bit. I think we're going to have time for one more run. See how far behind, though, we are of everybody else, though. This is why we need to eventually get better parts. There we go. Alright, well, at least we tried. Alright, Rodriguez. Good job. Nice. Nice. Alright, so the chassis is going to be... Well, the steering's going to be a bit of a problem. There we go. Tune them up. Let these guys go. Wait for everybody. There we go. Hold on, am I? Is my phone at? Oh no, we're good. Just want to make sure my phone is at good timing. There we go. Well, at least we're not going to be starting at dead last. Alright, we did get through, so this is going to be our last lap of qualifying. Green. And Von Heim got a good time. How about Rodriguez? Much better. Alright, so we're still a couple of seconds off the pace. Let's go ahead and fast forward through the cooldown laps. Never mind. This is pretty much why I've been saying. You pretty much got to get... Excuse me. You pretty much got to get lucky with the cautions. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, we pretty much got to get lucky with the cautions. So if we have a slowest car, probably Von Heim, we'll send him in to repair all the stuff on our first pit stop. Yeah, repair all the car parts in a single pit stop, and they'll give us $2. Am I allowed to? No, we can't set up a second. Let's go medium for Von Heim and hard for Rodriguez. This is a 68 lap race. Start these guys on high fuel burn so we can get it close to medium. Oh, Paul Wood's now party too hard, and he's going to lose a bit of skill for the race. But here we go, round 2 of 10 in Spain. 5 red lights, and away we go. Oh man, Campbell there is on fire using those soft tires. He moved all the way up to 14th. We'll speed things along. We'll just, yeah, both these guys are slow. We may have to focus on, like, repairs soon, or upgrades. If we can, at least. You guys on the fuel burn for a little bit. This will definitely help us out when we get to the caution period. Go up to 17th. Alright, well, Von Heim's moving up a little bit. That's good. Got himself right behind Acosta. Oh no, that's Rodriguez is behind Acosta. Von Heim's behind Rosenqvist. Alright, let's burn his tires a little bit. Let's get this guy faster. Alright, so we'll probably just have to send Rodriguez in for pit stops. Alright, let's go ahead. Turn down there. Oop, yeah, gotta hurry. Careful, careful. Hurry. There we go. Alright. Hopefully they're not gonna wreck. Alright, we'll send Rodriguez in for the car repair. No surprise, Von Heim lost a bit of focus. You see, gotta lower their stress level. Alright, clouds are coming. That means that could help lower the repairs we need, or the temperatures needed. Alright, well, at least now we'll be catching up to the drivers that went with softs on their pit stops. But Maldonado's coming in now. Yeah, we're just going to do what I planned originally. We'll just have Rodriguez in for... Oh, dang, at this rate, yeah, we are going to have a lot of fuel left, so we can keep pushing these guys' fuel to go faster. With the pit stops, Von Heim moved into 14th. Here comes more pit stops. Looks like nobody's having bad pit stops here. We did move up to 13th, but we're going to lose some ground to the drivers that just came out of the pit lane. In fact, here comes Moretti. This is going to be a good lap for Rodriguez. We may have to bring in Von Heim in a little bit. He is good on the stuff, at least. We're going to keep these guys on high fuel burn for now so that we can at least get it closer to closer to the maximum amount. So yeah, we'll just stick with the plan. We'll have Rodriguez for all the car parts repaired. Alright, Hostler came in for tires. Sun is back out. How many laps do we have left? Oh, we still got a couple of laps before we bring him in. Alright, let's have him ease off on the burning for now, see how much they have left. 3 laps worth of fuel left for both these guys. Alright. Yeah, we only slightly lose performance until we run out of the tire wear. Alright, so we can bring Von Heim in for a pit stop now. Alright, let's bring him in. Yeah, he's got 2-3 laps left of tires. Let's go with the hards. We'll have these guys burn a bit more fuel. Here comes Von Heim. We'll see how he does on his pit stop. Hard, 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 hard. Good pit stop. Oh, nope, something failed. Of course something failed. That just makes sense for me, doesn't it? Which means Von Heim is now a lap down. Coming up on halfway to the race. As soon as we get past lap 35. Well, hey, look, at least we're not dead last in this season, this time. Hopefully, this time both drivers will make it through. Alright, let's bump it back down to medium, see how much we got left on these guys. How much fuel is going to be left? 2.5. Alright. Yep, there we go. Now Rodriguez is a lap down. Almost time for the hard tire guys to come in for their pit stop. Let's see. Oh yeah. At this rate, Von Heim is just barely gonna make it. Maybe we'll use him to repair all the parts in the end. Alright, Sharp's coming in for his pit stop. Here come the front runners. They're in for their pit stop. More of the back markers coming in for their pit stops. How much left is lap on the... We got a few laps left. We can go ahead and get Rodriguez in for medium repairs. I think we could go ahead and bump these guys back down to medium. How much fuel is going to be left? 2 laps of fuel. Hey, Hacho, how you doing? Oh, that reminds me, I never shouted you guys out. Got a little bit of time left. Time now that both these guys are in for pit stops. Oh, right, forgot. I pause the game whenever I'm not in the, just like the other PC stuff. It doesn't play whenever it's not in not the first menu. There we go. All right, there goes Rodriguez out of his pit stop. Oh, it reset it back to 2 times 2. I didn't realize. Alright, so we'll send Von Heim in for a pit stop. Wait, how fast just to show, how much left? We'll need at least 15 laps to go. But right now we're in 24 laps to go. As all that rubber is finally going to build up. Meanwhile, Rodriguez is going to have also just barely enough. So I think we'll send Von Hyman for softs. Either that or we could just send in Rodriguez like the original plan had. How you guys doing, by the way? Thank you for stopping by. Alright, no. Well, now we're another lap down. Just got to be wary of the guys on medium tires. They're definitely going to blow by us if we're not careful. Let's put Von Heim back on the high fuel burn. We may as well put Rodriguez on the fuel burn too. See if we can get past Rosenvist. Like I said, we just gotta hope for quote-unquote virtual safety cars. Okay. Well, one of the Wayland cars has retired. Their steering's bad. Their steering went bad. So that's good news for us. That's a free position for us. Alright, we'll pit Von Heim in a few laps. Holgerson's coming in for his pit stop. No, we'll pit Rodriguez now. 10 laps. Rodriguez is to the back anyway, so we can afford to have him stay out or go into the pit lane. There's soft, there's soft, there's soft, soft. Now for all the repairs. Steiner and Hostler are going to have to come in and make a stop of their own. Okay, yeah, we are pretty much right where we need to be in terms of fuel, so we don't need to push it anymore. There we go. There's our achievement. We got all the parts, repaired all the parts of a car. So that means we are going to get that $2 bonus. Whether it's this week race or the next race, we'll find out. Like I said, we are right on the limit. But Hostler came in for his pit stop. Oops, excuse me. There we go. Ah, dang it. Go. One time's low on fuel, but we'll be fine. We're gonna make it. We got enough fuel, I believe. Oh wait, no, we're not. All right, we got no choice but to. Oop, wait, that's the wrong one. Gotta put these on the low burn mode. Last lap. Alright, well, 13th is better than, well, actually it's about the same one we did last time. Well, we used every dry compound. Alright, well, we got close to points there. That's not bad. And yeah, see, we did get that bonus, so we got $2 extra we can use to improve another car, or bump up the performance of a car. Let's just let's upgrade a part. Let's just upgrade a couple parts. Alright. We'll put his chassis and Artie's engine. There we go. Alright, so now we're down to $0. Alright, we just need to find a way to get some points, as next up is Austria in the Obstakelring. Just like Brazil, we're at high elevation, so performance of chassis is going to be better, but the engine is going to be worse. However, this track wasn't exactly built with safety as a priority. Whenever crashes happen, there's more likely of a chance somebody's going to die. Alright, it's going to be a rainy day, so already partied too hard, so now he's going to lose a bit. Nero also partied too hard. Alright, so we'll just stick with the intermediate tires. Oh, I see now. Okay, now it makes sense. Alright, tune up Artie. Remember, we cannot start tuning until we run a lap. I mean, at some point we're gonna have to run wet tires. So we have to get what we can out of these now. Alright, send out Rodriguez. And send out Von Heim. There we go. Alright, off we go. Alright, here we go. Lap 1. Rodriguez can't focus, so this is going to be a slow lap for him. So I'd say, like, the goal for this season is going to be, like, just get a point in this championship. Hopefully we'll be able to, improve the car later on. Maybe when we can actually, like, buy an engine, or... Yeah, that's buy an engine or just keep upgrading as is. Just test. Let's just check something. Okay. Alright. So we're going to bring Von Heim and Rodriguez in. We're going to tune them up. I don't believe we're at the point yet for wet tires. Not yet, at least. We're not at the point yet, are we? But it is pretty close. And we may as well just, at this point, let's run Rodriguez on intermediates, and then we'll have Von Heim run the wet tires. All that for 1 point. Yeah, Von Heim will be on wets. Rodriguez will be on the inters. See if that works out. Just wait a little bit. Actually, we can go ahead and send Rodriguez out now. And we'll wait a little bit before we send out Von Heim. There we go. There we go. Speed up a little bit. Okay, so I guess we are going to be towards the back. So basically all these laps are going to be used for now, unless until the rain settles down, is just keep tuning the car as best as we can. There we go. Should probably stop taking like those high risk stuff. go. We'll just skip ahead because, oh, caution's out anyway. Alright. Okay, there we go. Like I said, all these are good for now. It's just tuning up the car as best as we can. There we go. See, bumping these up. There we go. Best we can do at this point. Alright, we can send him out. There we go. Alright, green flag. We're back to racing. Like I said, I'd rather just take it easy, make sure we don't push the car too far past the limit, so that we don't risk crashing out and possibly dying on this track. There you go. Von Heim's going to have a good lap, it looks like. Even though because of the rain, we're not going to be improving our position, so we are going to be starting 17th and 18th. But like I said, these sessions are still going to be, these laps are still going to be good, so that we can, keep adjusting the car. Go. Go. There we go. At least, yeah, like I said, at least we could just keep improving this stuff. Go. Not bad. Alright. At least we're slowly but surely improving the car. We'll still be able to get a few more laps. Just gotta keep sticking with the wet tires, unfortunately. Yeah, I do enjoy these management games. Sorry, these aren't always exciting enough for an audience, but it's what I want to play, you know? It means a lot that if you are here, thank you. Unfortunately, I don't think the track's wet level is going to be enough to run intermediates. There you go. I think we got enough. We're gonna have enough time for one or two more tune-ups. All right, let's tune up Rodriguez. Ooh, there we go. That's a good engine tune. There we go. That's good. Yeah, I still think the weather is still going to be like... Oh, we lost another car. Francesca is also out of the race. There we go. At this rate, yeah, we gotta send them out now so that we can maximize our lap times, even with all these slow, even with the slow. Yeah, it's not gonna matter. We can just keep running the car because it's not like we're gonna get any better. Alright, I think we can run one more session. Yeah, see, it's not gonna... You see here, briefly, the water level is not gonna be enough to lower. Alright, one more. Ooh, that was a good steering. And good engine. Alright. Put them on wets. One more for Von Heim. Ooh, got lucky with that one. Good with that one, at least. And add a few more steering. There we go. Alright. Like I said, nothing more we could do now. Bring out Rodriguez. Then send out Von Heim. Go. We are gonna cross the line at least. So we are in good There we go. Got it through with a minute to go. Get to be the last ones on the track. Because I don't think anybody else is going out for this last section either. And there we go, qualifying complete. It didn't get any drier until too late. So there was no way we were gonna finish it up fast enough. There we go. Bring in Rodriguez and Von Heim. Hopefully with all the improvements we made to the car, it'll be a better experience. But like I said, we just gotta be careful. Oh, this is still going to be a rainy day here in Austria. Round 3 of the quote-unquote Formula 1 Championship. Yeah, Von Heim's not going to crash as much. He just has at least better focus. Alright, so we are going to have to stick with the wet tires to start. Oh no, they want us to... Alright, we'll start these guys off on the inters and we'll bring them in for... We'll bring these guys in for a pit stop to get them on the wets later. And how much fuel will we have? Alright, so we'll start these guys on at least a bit of a high fuel to start things off. Alright. The crew chief of Enzolini's feeling better, so he's going to have better stats, but that's it. 5 red lights, and away we go. We're just gonna have to get ourselves a big enough gap so that we can swap the parts when well, at least a good enough gap so we can swap the parts when it's time for the pit stops. Yeah, we're still just outside the range, so right now Inners is the right call. Got some overtakes going at least. Actually, we could just go ahead and burn these tires out so we can, Oh no! Oh, somebody crashed, okay. I was worried that was one of our cars. Kukkonen crashed. which means we're in a virtual safety car. Hi, DJ. Alright, well that helps us out a little bit. Maybe we can go ahead and pit now for both of these guys. Are we at the point yet? No, we're just not there yet. We'll stay out another lap. Oh, it's weird, our car crashed there. I think we can go ahead and at least pit Von Heim on the wet tires. At least we're not going to be too far behind. They're not going to speed off ahead. Well, at least they shouldn't. There we go. Alright, here we go. Well, hope it was a good show. Oop. Alright, yeah, at this point then we can just bump these back down to... Oh, another crash! It's Schaub, he's done for the day. Oh, that would have been my opportunity. That should have been my opportunity to pit. Alright, we'll pit, we can pit Rodriguez in now for those intermediates on the next lap. Hopefully it's not going to take the full time. 2 minutes, seems like it might. Dang it. But at least we didn't lose too much ground. We'll pause right when it goes to green. There we go. Let's bring Rodriguez down to mediums on both. Alright, now we can go. Well, at least this means that our wets are actually going to last a little bit better than everybody. Shame it's not an action. The only way the field gets bunched up is if we get a red flag and we get another start. That's the only way we get caught up with everybody. But all we just got to do then at this point is just hope that we don't get caught a lap down by then. Just there we go. Thank you, DJ. Alright, Von Heim's in the zone at least. He might catch up a little bit to Steiner and Fonseca. It does look like the rain is going to pick up in a little bit. But like I said, all I want to worry about is just, you know... It's just keep ourselves clean, keep ourselves out of trouble. Make sure we don't wreck. And it does look like we're going to have a few laps on the guys that will have to change to... Might change to intermediates. Alright, some guys brought in fresh wets. Alright, see there they go in for pit stops. It does look like the rain has eased up, but we are still in position there. And we may have to get to the point that I have to put in a repair for a faster engine. Looks like Rodriguez is about to be... Oh, nope, another crash. This one's Joel Ryan. He's done. Ah, missed them. Dang it. Had a chance to pit, but I missed it. I should have paused. Oh, well. Well, at least it's going to bump us up a little bit. Well, at least we're in good shape, and the more we save the fuel, the more we can burn later on. Alright, green flag is back out. We are underway. Now, did they actually crash the car, or did they just like, blow engine parts? Hard to tell. Maybe they actually crashed. We'll wait to see if they're alright. Rodriguez can't focus. Should I bring him in for inters at this point? No, it's still going to be too much, so... Let's go ahead and take the time to enter maximum burn on the engine burn. Both guys are in the zone, but Moretti is closing in on putting us a lap down. And it looks like it's going to happen, unless we get a red flag now. Nope, that's it. Alright. Alright, let's just bring, yeah, we're already on the transfer point. Ooh. The sun might be coming out at the end of this race. No, DJ, it's not. Motorsport Manager is only on PC and technically mobile devices. Same with this game. We can last a couple more laps with Von Heim here. And yeah, there, see, the rain is picking back up. I don't think so. However, I did see that, if you're interested, though, DJ, Football Manager is coming to, 26 is coming to Game Pass. Both the Xbox and PC versions. Alright, well, we don't have a choice. Let's bring in Von Heim. We had a good run. But we are now officially a lap down. And, oh wait, about 30 seconds. There we go. Let's just speed on through. Oh, Villalba's car is broken down, so he's done for the day. At least we're slowly moving ourselves up the field. Well, Levi Mack had a bad pit stop. He's slowing down. Alright, how much fuel do we have left now after those cautions? Alright, about 2 laps of fuel. A lot of slow pit stops. Let's slow back down since the sky is clearing up a bit. Less than 10 laps to go. Alright, cars are swapping on to the intermediates. They know this track is going to stay dry. So we'll put, let's put... I know, technically the wet level is still too high, so we can't really swap them out yet. Alright, burn the engine a little bit. Coming up on 5 to go. Oh, yellow flag, yellow flag. We got another crash. Paul Woods is done for the day. Alright, we could take advantage now and bring in both Von Heim and, oh no, we can't bring them both in. Dang it. Have to. We're gonna have to double stack. Dang it. They were too close together. Oh, no! Oh, this is when they had 2 pit stalls, not sharing 1. Okay, cool. Oh. Dang, now they're 2 laps down. I'm gonna have to hope for... Oh, wait. We haven't caught up to Woods yet, so we're gonna move up to 12th in a bit. So that's good for us. I'm still gonna keep the fuel burn high. I don't want to risk, Von Heim crashing with 3 laps to go. And we are back underway. We have saved enough fuel for us to speed on through. 2 laps to go. Alright, so I could consider that a good race for us. We kept our car clean like I wanted to, as we are now in the final lap. do something real quick. There we go. That's a finish. Alright, we're not going to be able to bump up to 11, but we're going to get some extra money finishing in that 12th spot. I consider that a good finish. Yeah, no points, but I'll take a finish. I'll take actually finishing. Good news is nobody actually crashed, so... Nobody actually crashed, so nobody's dead, which is a good thing. Bancroft did get a point, though, so that's going to bump us from 6th to 7th. There you go. Alright. $4 is good. Oh, you can actually get penalties in this game. I didn't know that. Oh, we got a new sponsor challenge, though. Alright, we'll do the Vice one. Perform 3 pit stops with the same car during a race. We can definitely do that. Okay, so... yeah, reliability is starting to go down on some of his parts, so we're going to have to build ourselves a new steering system for Artie here. Oh no, we don't have enough of that, so we're going to have to just upgrade. Man, he is really burning through a lot of parts, though. Alright, next stop is Noordzee in the Netherlands. The focus of this race is going to have to be the wet tires. Or this is another track that's meant to be rain. Yeah, I'll always take pit stops less likely to fail. Alright, here we go. Another rainy day here in the Formula 1 calendar. And Artie's partying too hard again. That means he's going to have a worse performance. Alright, let's run. I'm going to have to swap to inners. Oh no, they're going out on... Really? They want to risk it now with the... Alright. Alright, may as well bring him back in then so we can run Can we run soft tires then? Yeah, let's run it then. Oops, forgot to send them out, dang it. Alright, well there we go, at least something. Nice, alright. There we go. Here comes Rodriguez. Alright, well just like in Austria, this is more just a test to see how much we can improve the car. Go. Sit out. Alright, sit down. 17. Oh, red flag. Rodney's crashed, and this one's bad. So we're going to have to bring them in. And that means the qualifying has to stop for 8 minutes. We can take the time, though, to tune... Oh, no, we can't. Dang it. We didn't get out in time. One of this car right here crashed. Are we still good? Dang it, it's... Alright, green flag is out. Tune the cars. Send them out. Hopefully we'll still be able to still get a good time despite the weather. Dang it. Alright, well... Oh, well, Rodriguez got a little bit faster. There we go. We haven't been able to get those golden setups yet. There we go. Yeah, we're gonna have to work on actually getting new engines and stuff. Oop, I forgot to send them out. Dang it. Keep forgetting I actually have to send these guys out. Alright, because of that, we got one last tune-up here. Ooh, dang, that was a good one. Go. Ah. Only something happened. Alright. Up. Ah, dang it. Send out. There we go. Alright, we're gonna have to just let it go since it's not gonna be enough time at this point for either of these guys. Alright, qualifying complete. Once again, we're going to be starting in the back of the pack. We'll see what happened to number 11. I guess he's fine. We are going to have to make 3 pit stops in this race. What's the weather like? I think we'll go with inters. Because I'm not sure if it's going to be enough to put them on the more wet tires. And everybody's agreeing. Luana's hungover. Woods is hungover. Alright, here we go. 5 red lights again. Lights out and away we go again in Amsterdam, in the Netherlands. Oh dang, look at all the positions they're getting. All that fuel burning's paying off. Here we go. Alright, so Von Heim's firmly in 10th place right now. Oh, nope, he lost a spot. Oh well. Like I said, we just had to wait until pit stops have to happen. Alright, let's bring down the fuel burn. How good are we here? Oh, we still got like 6 laps of fuel. So when when you see like there's a red flag out, you'll know there's, like we saw in qualifying, you'll know that means that's a very serious crash. We'll just have to be careful. Thank you, DJ. I don't want to waste the tires. we go. Alright, well, we're still holding strong in the top, in the position we need for sponsor payments. We're just going to need some extra points in order to move up in the standings for sure. Alright, I think we're good. We can turn down the fuel mixture a little bit now. How much fuel will be left now? Well, still like around 5 laps of fuel. So we'll just keep it as is. Sure, that's probably going to mean that Hostler is going to overtake us in a bit. Speed up a little bit. Oh, Steiner did crash, so Bancroft's not only going to get 1 car. Yeah, but unfortunately they didn't do good enough, I don't think, DJ. Yeah, nobody's going to pit. Oop. Well, good news that one of the cars behind us got a puncture. So he's going on the mediums now. This does seem like it, DJ. We'll see. If he's gaining time, we'll... Okay, yeah, Kukinen's not gaining time. Right now, it's still good that we're on the... Stay off for a little bit longer when we see cars pulling in. Okay, yeah, Ryan's pulling in, so... Let's put, Oh, we're still not... Are we at the transfer point? No, I would say we're not at the transfer point yet. Mario Costa got a slow pit stop. All right. I think we're in the transfer point. Let's... Oh, no, we're still not. Well, we may as well now at this point since everybody else is. How many laps we got? Oh, you may as well switch over to the hard tires. We'll bring Von Heim in and leave Rodriguez out for a little bit. Because it still looks like we're in a good position. Okay, yeah, now the sun's coming out. Let's bring it out for the hard. Actually, with rain on the horizon again, maybe we oh no, we'll just leave it on hards for Von Heim, but now we can go mediums for Rodriguez. Sun is out for a little bit. That should be enough of it. That's enough for us to make the transfer. Yeah, best we can do at this point. Alright, Hogerson's just pitted. Speed through the next caution then. Oh, no, let's just slow it down to ×4. Well, Francesca's on with the soft tires, but he's going to have to pit soon. Alright, direct right off a little bit. Alright, I think we got good enough on the headphones here. Let me stretch out for a bit, put my phone back on the charger, be right back. There we go. Dang it. Yeah, I think we're in bad shape. We're not going to get the points position we need this time. Alright. Rain's coming back, so let's bring, let's go ahead and put Rodriguez on the inters. Here he comes. Now we can bring, and then we can bring, Von Heim onto the inters. Of course, something else goes down. Hold on. Yeah, this is just not a good race for us today. Dang it. Alright, more cars are getting on the inters. If we're at the right point, I could probably just, like, put on inters in the... There you go. Put on inters at the last moment. Yeah, we just... In fact, we may have to anyway, just so we can get the extra buck. Just so we can, Bornheim, no! Well, at least we could pit. Let's just finish off the race then. Nothing we can do. Well, hopefully he's not dead. Alright, well... Good thing we went with the team with, oh yeah, he's okay. Yeah, luckily we went with the one with the high, the most pit stops, so we got $5 now. Yeah, I feel like at this point, yeah, we have to make an adjustment. Let's go ahead and let's build a new chassis for $5. There we go, we built a carport. This actually is better, but the problem is it's got low, reliability. So we'll have to keep that in mind. Alright, we got Potenza. It's a mainstay on the Formula 1 calendar. We got a wide open chance, which means the engine will be better. However, just like Austria, this track means a better chance of death if we're not careful. Alright, no need to worry about rain this time. So let's go ahead and send these guys out on their first laps of the day. Send out. And send out. Here we go. Alright, here we go. Now they're going on their flying laps. Oh, it didn't mean to do that. Alright, well, still in the back of the pack. Okay. I'm not surprised. Ooh, not bad. Ah, nothing. Let's go with the 1 to 3. Alright, not bad. It is kind of the price we pay for being being the slowest team on the grid. Let's see, let's go. Oh, nice, there we go. There we go. Not bad. Okay, well, at least it's something. We did improve the car a bit. So let's send Von Heim out. Unfortunately, that does happen. Actually, sorry, let me do one more thing real quick. Get back. Alright, well, it looks like at least we're not behind anybody. So we'll be able to get a good run for both these guys. However, Rodriguez lost focus. Oh, but there's a crash. It's Mach. He's done for the day. So that means he's locked into the time he has. Alright, Von Heim moved up to 13th despite the yellow flags. And Rodriguez, I don't think is going to move up anywhere. He had to slow down. But at least it'll get us more time on his repairs. Von Hyman. At least his next lap's going to be better. Alright, let's tune him up. Get him ready out to go out there. Nice. Ah. Well, at least it was something. Alright, let's go ahead and send him out, since he'll be able to go back to full speed when we get back. Not bad. Take the sure thing. There we go. Yeah, that is a good thing at least. Alright, let's go. Like I said, at least we're going to be at full speed by the time the yellow flags ended. Right? I don't know, probably just because of their engine, of the game engine. Alright, green flag is out. We're back to racing. Or should I say, we're back to qualifying. Now Rodriguez is stuck. There we go. Good lap time for Von Heim. That bumps him up to 10 for now. Have to bring these guys in for the pit stop. Oh, another one. Schaub is done for the day. So we'll go ahead and tune up the car here. Alright, we'll go ahead, tune them up now. Everybody's coming in. Luckily they got their times done. And let's go get him his car set up. Alright. We're gonna wait a little bit because of the yellow flags. Does EA's F1 Manager... I think it does. I didn't play it enough. Alright, go Rodriguez. We'll wait for everybody to go past. Alright. At least we're gonna have a lot of time to work on our car parts, because I think this is a short track. It's tough for me to get it to work. Maybe there might be a way, but I haven't figured it out yet. Alright, let's work on steering. And then a bit on the engine. Nice. There we go, that'll work. Alright, Von Heim's coming in now. Engine fix. Nice. Nice. There we go. Alright, get these guys tuned up. Alright, let's go, Rodriguez. Wait a little bit before we send Von Heim out. There we go. Skip on ahead through the time. Alright, not bad. Alright. Get tune up Rodriguez again. Let's focus on the... There we go. There we go. This car is getting a lot better. Alright. Von Heim. There we go. We'll definitely need to get a better engineer if we want to... There we go. If we get a better engineer, we could definitely do more in terms of fixing stuff. Ah. At least we still got good times. Dang. I don't think it's going to be enough to stay up there. They've got enough time for one more adjustment period. Maybe two if we're lucky. Not bad. Alright, yeah, there's a lot of good adjustments we've been making. Soft. Nice job. Alright. Go Rodriguez. And go Von Heim. Uh-oh. May have made a mistake. Oh no, the 8's going to pull a little bit farther ahead, so we'll still have a bit of a gap. Fortunately, Von Heim's not going to have a good lap. Alright, up to 12th and 15th. Alright. Could have been better. Yeah, like I said, I think we got enough time for one more adjustment period. Then we can send them out for one more lap. Good thing we got an unlimited amount of tires, you know. Maximum of 3, good. Nice. Ooh, we did it. We hit the golden setup. This engine cannot be tuned any better than it is. Yeah, right now the engine, that means the engine is now as best as can be. Nice. Alright. So good adjustments all around, at least. Alright, let's send Rodriguez out. There we go, send out the 15. Oop, let me go ahead and move this over a little bit. There we go, that's better. Alright, cooling down. That should be good in time for our flying lap. There we go. Maybe we'll be lucky and move up a couple spots. And yeah, only one spot, which means hopefully Rodriguez gets better. Yeah, he did. Just barely. Alright, hopefully they aren't going to make it in time. The ones that are on the out lap. Looks like Lavere is, not that it'll matter. Alright, well, none of the guys behind us were able to get on their flying lap fast enough, so we are in good shape. We're going to start 13th and 14th. So, good call there at least. Alright, well, let's see how it works out. Like I said, just gotta be careful not to crash. There we go. 13th and 14th, not bad. But it's only because a couple of top drivers got knocked out of the race. Ooh, we're gonna have some rain this race for sure. We gotta be careful. Alright. Are we in good shape for rain? Yeah, we're right on the edge for that. So I think, yeah, we'll stick with softs for both of these guys. And then we'll switch over to the intermediates. Rodney partied a bit too hard. But Ace is invigorated. Alright, here we go. And there we go. Away we go. Even without the setup, those guys that crashed behind us are in good shape. Yeah, it's a good thing we kept it on the dry tires because weather is actually easing up a little bit. But yeah, no surprise we lost to Schaub there. Alright. Oh, yellow flag, yellow flag. La Framboise is out of the race. Well, we can use this time to... Are we in... Do we need to... Let's go with hard for Von Heim. Thank you, DJ. Okay, so it doesn't look like the rain is going to be too bad. Alright, in last, but at least we didn't lose too much ground on everybody. Green flag, here we go. Now we're a lap down already. Guess I'm always seem to be bad at these sort of things. These guys are good reliability if they're just not, like, wrecking. Alright, a lot of these cars are going to have to come in and make pit stops. Oh. Well, there goes Maldonado's chassis. He's done for the day. Alright, it does look like we're not going to have to bother with rain for the rest of the race. There we go. Oh, dang. Steiner has crashed. It's bad. So that means now's the time when we all get to be bunched up on the track and we're going to get another start. And it's perfect timing, too, because now we don't have to, like... Now we could get these guys repaired before the race starts. We'll actually just swap these guys out on good tires. "5 minutes. Can we... Actually, we can go ahead and repair all this stuff. We can afford to now, since the red flag is going to change all that up. Alright, we're good. Alright, 30 seconds, here we go. We'll see how Steiner's doing after the race. Although remember, now there's an increased chance he's crashed out. Alright, here we go. 5 red lights again, and we're back underway not Monza. Alright, so I do like that. If you noticed, while the red flag was happening, the weather report updated as well. Alright, well, at least we're in 12th place. And at least we're catching up to, to Rosenqvist here. Let's put in some fuel. 6 laps to go. Yeah, we're running good since we have the soft tires with good grip. We might get lucky and have both our drivers in 12th place. Alright, let's go ahead, speed things along. Oh, Fisher punctured his tire. So that means his race is more or less done. We good on fuel? I think we're gonna be good on fuel. Yep, we're good. All right. 12th place and 13th place. Yep, there it is. We got our first death in Formula 1. Albert Steiner did not recover from his crash. He passed away. So that means that team is now going to have to get a new driver. Yeah, we're going to need a few points. Yeah, there's the $4 we get. Albert Steiner, Team Bancroft tragically died, but you know, this is a circus and the show must go on, so Alessandro Rinaldi was hired to replace them. Alright, and got a new challenge. Let's go with stop. See if we can get ourselves the stuff we need. Why don't we build a new engine? Yeah, see, the problem is with building an engine is that we risk it with low reliability. It's definitely better. So we'll go with we'll go put it on Artie's car. Alright, back in Italy. We're going counterclockwise, and there's still the same chance of death as we're now halfway through the we're now just halfway through the championship. So we're gonna have to focus on the engine for this race. Ooh, excuse me. David King partied too hard. One of our crew members, Claude Deschamps, also partied too hard. Alright. Soft. Bring on the tune. Soft again. There we go. And away we go. No, DJ, and this can get away with it because this is technically an unlicensed game. Well, no, not technically. It is an unlicensed game. Alright, here comes Von Heim, or Rodriguez, and now comes, oh no, there he goes. Alright, so, like the game said, we need to focus on the engine this time. We'll focus on the engine of Von Heim, and we'll stick to normal for Rodriguez. There we go. Now for Rodriguez. Nice. Yeah, see, good thing I did that just for Von Heim's car. He actually did better. Alright, let's go send out Von Heim. A little bit. Wait for these guys to pass. Alright, well, at least this guy to pass. Alright, let's go. Here we go. Alright, yeah, there we go, down. Alright, here comes Von Heim. Let's keep focusing on his engine. Nice. Nice. Not bad, good job. Like I said, we'll stick with everything else for Rodriguez here. Nice, there we go. And then there we go, good steering. Alright. Go Von Heim. Go Rodriguez. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and speed up through qualifying. I'll probably keep playing this on my own time, because this is probably boring you guys. But I appreciate you all sticking around and watching. There we go. 12th and 11th for Rodriguez. Nice. I'm probably going to be playing this on my own time, DJ. No, I'm probably just going to be playing this on my own time. Ooh, okay. Rodriguez, yeah, is definitely going to have the better performance this time around. There we go. At least it's all around. Gosh, yeah, we need some money and better people. Or let's just keep hoping that, you know, everybody keeps wrecking out. I said, I'm probably going to be playing this on my own time, DJ. Alright, nice job. Nice job, Von Heim. Alright. Soft. There we go. Alright, now we can get his other stuff. It's fine, DJ. Alright. So that means we are going to get that sponsor challenge. Golden Tune and Engine. There we go. Alright, wait. Alright, let's go. Wait a little bit. Alright, let's go. That's exactly why, DJ. There we go. 11th for Von Heim. Only 18th for Rodriguez. There we go. There we go. Alright. Alright, go. Alright, now for Rodriguez. Nice. There we go. Good. Nice, alright. We're getting a lot of those lucky rolls this time. Alright, go. There goes Von Heim. A little bit faster. Rodriguez had the same time. Dang. Alright, I think we got time for one more adjustment. There we go. That'll do. Tune him up. Alright. Soft. Good. Not bad. Ooh. Almost could get that golden tune-up on the steering. Alright, go Vaughn. Yeah, I think this is going to be our last tune-up. Alright, and away they go. Yeah, I don't think we're going to have enough time for another change. This is it. 13th and 14th. Alright. Great work, guys. We're just outside the money spot. And like I said, we're going to get a couple of extra bucks now that we golden tuned the engine. Oh, we should go ahead and just fast forward through the in laps. There we go. Alright. That was a good run. There we go. Unfortunately, though, we're still well off the pace. Alright. Looks like there's a little bit of moisture on the track. We'll start Rodriguez on the mediums and Von Heim on the softs. Oh, perfect timing then. Because Rodriguez partied too hard and now he lost a bit of points. So he's pretty much got no focus. So we'll have to be careful. Well, the good thing about these is that these guys are in their early career, so there's a good chance they may actually improve their ratings for next season, if we can keep them. Yeah, we're just going to have to hope for Rex. Oh no! Rodriguez crashed! Oh no, I think Rodriguez is dead. Oh, dang. Alright. Dang. Yeah, we got plenty of time. We may as well just go with the hard tire. Actually, let's go medium tires. Oh yeah, we are going to have to pit again anyway, so let's just go with the hard tires. I think I went through with the jinx, guys. I said I hope we get him back for next season, and now Rodriguez might be dead. Which means we're going to have to get a new driver for the rest of the season. Alright, 5 red lights go out again, and the race must go on. Alright, well, let's see how we do here. Let's go ahead and burn some fuel then. Alright, Maldonado came in for a pit stop. Luckily it was slow for him, but yeah, his car is way better than us. Oh, yellow flag. Holderson's crashed. Car's pitting now, so 30 laps to go. We're not at a good point yet. We're going to have to just leave it as is. Alright, green flag is back out. Yeah, there goes Laframboise, so he's done for the day. Wish I had a slow pit stop. Oh, there are mods for this game, for sure, DJ. Just go to the workshop. You can definitely find some mods. Alright. Yellow flag's out. Sharp crashed. So that gives us the perfect timing to put on the... Can we put on soft tires? We can, but it's a bit too long. So we'll go ahead and just leave it as is. Luckily, with this technical virtual safety car, we're not going to lose too much time. Oh, slow pit stop, because of course there is. Alright, we can run the... Luckily, we were on the virtual safety car, so to speak. Alright, green flag is back out. We're back. Ooh, dang, another severe crash. Dang. Everybody's dying. Alright, well, with 15 laps to go, I think now we can make the move for soft tires. Oh, I probably could have repaired the engine too, but oh well. I think we'll be fine. Alright, for the third time today, the race is back underway. And Campbell crashed! Well, hey! There is a bright side to all this. We might get some points out of this race. Alright, green flag back out. Here we go. Well, we did make the right call to switch to soft tires. Now we're up to 8th place. Yeah, unfortunately, that might be the only bright side to this race. Alright, let's go ahead. Turn down the engine. Alright. Yeah, we're going to be right on the border there as the rain slightly starts to fall, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Come on. Yes! Well, let's see. Hostler's out. Whew! Okay. Good news. Rodriguez did not die in the wreck. So we're good. But he will have to miss the next race for their injury. But hey, look! We got points! Finally, we got some points. It took a quarter of the field wrecking out, but we got points. And with that, all that wrecking, that bumped us up to back into 6th place in the standings. So we got $6 now. Whew, alright, good job. So now we gotta go find a replacement driver. Let's go with, let's go with this guy, Agung Pratama. He's got a little bit more speed. Ending it a boost, actually. Okay. We could also go, we'll take the risk with, wait. I didn't see where the next race is. I don't think we're in, oh, we can go with, oh no, we're out of, let's go with, Pratama from, Poland, I think. It's gonna cost us a couple, actually, yeah, we may as well. It's gonna cost us a couple of bucks, but hopefully it'll be worth it. He's actually better than, Audi here, slightly. So for the next 4 races, Hostler will be replaced by David Edwards. May as well round things out. Let's just get ourselves a new steering system. Fortunately, the reliability is terrible. Alright. Well, we did all we need to. We're going to have to focus on, oh, hey, that's perfect timing. This is this guy's origin. Oh, it's Monaco. This game's version of Monaco. Okay. Alright, sponsor will pay us a couple of extra bucks if we can get into that, that top 12. Wait, how do we drop to 8th in the team standings? I see. Dang it. Oh well. Alright, let's go. A nice sunny day off the French Riviera. Alright, Rinaldi partied too hard, so he's going to lose a bit of stats. Alright, here we go. Let's go get our soft tires. Have them run their laps. Alright, Von Heim can go out now. And Fatama can go out now. Again, we'll just have to be careful that we make sure nobody dies again. Alright, here we go. Okay. Yeah, maybe we can use Pratama to get a few extra points. So yeah, like I said, we are in this game's version of Monaco. So we're going to have to hope we get a good position here. Nice. Nice. Ooh, there we go. Some good stats there. But hey, I'm happy we got some points this year. Alright, go. And go. Good for Von Heim. Ooh, dang. Oh yeah, let's watch everybody go as we drop down. Yep, there it is. Alright, let's tune these guys up. At least we don't have to worry about rain. Nice. Yeah, that's what I thought. Man, we haven't been... We're going to have to focus on steering on the next set of upgrades. Alright, let's head out. I think we'll make this the... how long have we been streaming? Let me check OBS real quick. 2.5 hours. Yeah, we'll make this the last race of the day. Monaco's a perfect place to stop. But at least I showed you guys a bit about Golden Lap. If you want it, it's in the US it's $10, a little over $10. So if you want it, go for it. All right, 13th and 14th so far, but of course, yeah, we're going down. There we go. There we go. Yeah. At least we're improving a lot. At least we're improving our car. Go. Nice. All right, there we go. At least we got a lot of improvements to the steering, which will definitely be helped. And at least here we don't have to worry about the rain. And I like that the game auto slows down to ×1 when you're doing your in lap or when you head to pit lane. All right. I think we got time for one more set of adjustments, so let's tune up Von Heim's car. Nice. Nice. There we go. All right. All right, let's tune up Pramada's. Yeah. All right, well, it's something at least. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll be able to get one more out of these. All right, go, 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 go. Nah, we're not. All right, well, Pramada didn't improve his time, but Von Heim moved up to 11th. That's great. All right. Well, let's fast forward these guys' final in laps. Oh, okay, well, 12th, 13th ain't bad either. I'll take it. Alright, here we go. Yeah, again, don't have to worry about the race. Alright, let's go Von Heim with the mediums. We'll have Pratama on the softs. Edwards party too hard in his first race. That's not good for him. 5 red lights, and away we go in Monaco. Oh, dang, Schwab just got an incredible start. He bumped all the way up to 9th place. Alright, we'll go ahead, speed on ahead till next pit stop, or... No, we're not going to even slow down for the caution. See, are they pulling away from us? Might. Alright, let's go ahead and just burn some fuel a little bit. Oop. Kukkonen crashed. He's done. We'll just leave these guys out for a little bit longer. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and send we'll send Pratama for mediums of his own. Medium, 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 good. And good. Well, we can stay out a little bit for Von Heim since he's on the mediums. Alright, so at least we're looking in good shape. Alright, let's go ahead and put him on the hard tires. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why did I say 5? Alright, go, go, go. Nice. Got out ahead of Campbell. Alright, Rosenqvist goes in for his pit stop. Lambrose comes in for his as well. I think we'll have to go with... Oh. Rain looks like it's in the forecast. We'll see what happens in a bit. Alright. I think we did enough on this burn mode. Let's go ahead and set these back to medium. Oh, maybe, yeah, about 3 laps of fuel left. Well, at least both of us are in the top 12 for now. If a yellow comes out, I'm going to slow it down to ×1 or pause the game so that I can at least get Pratama in for his pit stop. Alright, next time, bye. Alright. Alright, Pratama, we're coming in for your pit stop now. Yeah, I think we can make him go on the softs. One, 2, 3, 4. And yeah, about normal, not bad. No, we're good for a little bit. Okay, so it looks like the rain isn't going to affect us too much. We'll need to go for inters, but let's go ahead and let's end it on a hot streak. Let's have Von Heim go for softs, since that's the perfect perfect stop. Not perfect stop, but at least the perfect moment for him. Let's burn some fuel. Alright, DJ, you got it. Alright, some of those cars are going to have to make it look like a pit stop. We really need to get into that top 12. Ah, dang it. Oh wait, we did move up to 12. Nice! Good timing. Alright, so we did just enough. Oh, Villalba finished at just the right time then. Unfortunately, we couldn't get any points. Yeah, there we go. We got $6 for that good finish. Rodriguez is back. We got a new sponsor challenge. We'll go with metal. I'll go with metal tubing. Alright, before I go, let me go ahead and work on some stuff. Definitely get some reliability upgrades. There we go. Alright. Alright, well that was good, huh? Let me go ahead. Oh, I think the game auto saves. Right? Let me return to the main menu to check. Yeah, okay. Alright, let's go ahead and raid Taro then. That was a good one. Like I said, this is more like a game I'll probably play on my own time. We'll go back to normal stuff later. Probably, maybe tomorrow. Oh wait, today's Thursday. I might be able to play normal stuff tomorrow. Alright, let's go ahead and raid him. If he has raids open, I'm sure he does. Let's see, what is he playing today? I gotta go all the way down. There we go. He's playing Legend of Heroes Trail of Cold Steel. So you want to get into an RPG mood today. So let's go ahead and give him some love today. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you all in the next stream or next video, whatever comes up first. And until next time, folks, thanks so much for watching. Have yourselves a great rest of the day, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care, everybody, and goodbye.